Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we need to do a couple more things. At least we are able to save images for now. That's good. But we need to resize these images. And at the same time, we need to replace the content with the links to these images instead of having that base64 stuff. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do here is this. So we are inside our content.php model here. So inside basic pages, models, content.php, as we were in the previous video. So at this point, this is where we are saving information, right, to a particular file. So which means we have this file name. So what I want to do instead is replace from content, replace all this content here, the base64 stuff, the source match here, and replace it with file name. All right. So we have to be careful what exactly we're getting here, which means we're getting everything from source is equal to, and this first quote, but we're not getting the last quote. So you have to remember that when you are doing a string replace. So here, once we put the content, then let's replace inside the content. So I'm going to say content. Now we want to replace in the actual content is go to string replace actual data. So string replace just string replace. There's string replace all and string replace one. Is there? No. Alright, so what are we searching for? We are searching for whatever is in this source match here. Whatever we matched, let's search for that. And then let's replace it with stuff. Now we're replacing this with, now let me just use single quotes here to make things easier, because we are replacing some double quotes as well. So better use single quotes like that. Source is equal to, okay, and then in there we're replacing with the file name. So I'm going to do dot file name. So we put the file name instead, and then don't forget, oh, we are not replacing the quote at the end, so that should be good enough actually. And the subject is content. Cool. So once we do that, we replace data from the content. That is great. Yeah, actually that's it. Now if I go to edit controller here, there's a die over here, but what I want now is us to echo the content. That way we see the new content before we do anything further. Okay, so I still have my what's this, my page here. I didn't remove it. So if you don't have it anymore, maybe you're watching this days later, you can just go to edit one of the pages, and then in here put some images in the page content, and then let's go ahead and hit save. Let me clear my console and hit save. Let's see what we get. So there's a fatal error, which means the script couldn't go on, and says object of class content could not be converted to a string. Why is it trying to convert to a string? This is on line 30. So let's see what's going on. You see, my bad. The actual content is from the post data. So this content is a class. So little mistakes like that. Let me close that. And let's hit save. Okay, so this is our new content now. But it seems to still have the base64 stuff here. So it hasn't really replaced anything, has it? No, because I still see source is equal to and there's base64 in there. That is not cool. So something is up here. Oh, no. This is my problem. See, I'm getting the original content. I need to get the one that was returned from the function. So what I'm gonna do is replace the old content like this and say the new content is equal to whatever we process in this function, because remember, in the function we are returning that content, so which means we can actually capture it over here and display that. So my bad there. I think everything still is working fine. Let's try again. Save, and there we go. This looks much better. Now let's see, there's image source here, and then there's sources, plugins, basic pages, uploads, and then that file .jpeg. You see, things are actually working out. This is great. Awesomeness. And same thing here on the second image. We've replaced that base64 with the actual file name. But now let's see if you're trying to extract the file name from this, right? So that we use these very file names on the images. That may be something you want to do. So if you don't want to do that, you know how to do it, because we can just put some random. Sometimes it's good to use these random names, because in case a user re-uploads the same image in another post and you're using exactly the same file name, it's going to replace all the images with the same name. So that might not be desirable, or maybe you do want the names to be replaced. That's entirely up to you, but you can actually get those file names. So let's try and grab that. So first of all, I'm gonna say image, I don't know, we'll call it image name, the original name. Actually, let's use that, original name, original file name, just to be very specific. So how we get this is from the source match here, because we know it's the only, we'll do preg match here again. So we're just expecting one match, so we're going to use preg match, or we will just use let's see here, that. Okay, but it's let me check here again. It's got this one here, data file name is equal to, so that's what we're looking for, a match of that. So data dash file name is equal to, and then of course there's a quotation mark, but we'll escape this one. So we want that, and then up to again the same thing, we want to grab everything up to the point where there's another closing tag, quote, like that rather. So that, and then boom, we do plus as usual, and then we put the caret to say anything that's not, and then we put that single quote like that. So this should get us what we want. And just to confirm, we can go back to our regex 101 here and paste it and see if it finds any result. So 2 matches, right? Cool. Let's look for those matches. Where are they? And light something on fire, right? Because they're matches. Oh yeah, okay. Where are these things? Let's go to the very end. It says it did find 2 matches, so that's promising. Oh, there we go. So it did find that, but that's not what we want. We need a plus at the end here. Plus to make it greedy. Okay, then it gets everything, right? Plus means 1 or more. A star means 0 or more. So we could actually put a star here, and it would look like it's doing exactly the same thing, but it's better to use a plus because you need at least 1 result or more. So actually put the plus there. I just forgot to wait. No? Yes? Pretty much needs these slashes as what are these? Actually, here where I use slashes, you can use even like the hash symbol. Actually, as long as you use it on both sides, it should work as well. Yeah, it does work as well. So just a note there. I think you can use actually any character as long as you're using the same character at the beginning and at the end, but I just don't risk it. I use these slashes. Okay, so the subject is exactly in here. So let's grab that and put it there. That's the text. Goody. So now we have the original file name. But remember that we are also capturing this text, data file name. So that's not really the file name, right? So we need to process it one more time. And there what we're going to do is we're going to do a string replace. So we're going to say string replace. What are we searching for? So in the same original file name that we got everything we wanted, but we want to remove this part. So I'm going to do this. I am searching, I'll use single quotes here, for data is equal to, so I can put that double quote there. I want to remove this part, and I replace it with nothing. And then the subject is the same result we got. So I'll put it here, right? So what I'm doing here is that the first time we got a match, actually, this is a mistake. You see, preg match here actually does not return a result like this. So this would have backfired. So I keep forgetting about that. I'm used to this syntax. We have to put a match over here, like so. Okay. So original file name will be gotten from there, but it will still have this data is equal to within it. So we're going to do original file name is going to be replacing this. Now, a match here always resides in the 0 location. From there, you have to keep that in mind. It's a bit confusing sometimes. But there, now we have an original file name. So instead of time, we'll replace original file name there, and then we can put a random number at the end just to make sure in case somebody re-uploads this file, it won't be exactly the same one. It may just be random from 1 to 10, but 1 to 100 maybe. Okay, cool. And then from base 64, if you want to know, it is from base 64, but that's unnecessary at this point. So let's just remove that and say .jpeg. And then we have a couple of these files. Let me delete all of them, since every time we do an experiment, these files are being regenerated. So let me delete, make sure the folder is empty. Cool. So now let's see if we're going to have the original file names when we submit. So I'm going to remove all of that and hit save again. So undefined array key 0 on line 48. Ooh, okay. So where is 48? Right above here. So it doesn't know what 0 is. Why is that? This is preg match, right? Just like we did here, and source, and the result was that. Okay. What is going on? Something is weird here. Okay, not to fear. What we'll do is, let's just check out what we got from there, right? I'm just gonna do that. And let's do die over here so that the script ends there. Okay. So let's clear and save. Okay, so there's emptiness there, which is not encouraging at all. So which means before we do this, we are supposed to... Now, in case we don't have this, sometimes a good trick to do is put 2 question marks and put an empty string like that, so that you don't have... But actually, we shouldn't even be going this way if nothing was found. But so let me just undo that. We have to make sure something is there. So data file name is equal to y. Okay. This is not cool. Okay, what are we doing here? Source. Right. It makes sense. You see, I'm trying to find it from the source. I should be finding it from this match here. Sorry about that, guys. So instead of source, it's from the origin. Because remember that this source match only contains that source tag from the image. So we need to grab this from the whole image tag, which is where we inside matches here. So that was my bad. So I'm sure this time it's going to work out as intended. So cool. So let's try this one more time and see if we get the result we want. So save. Okay, another fatal error. Argument 2, subject must be of type string. An array was given. So that's on line 47. So it's supposed to be a string, but an array was given on line 47. So which one is that? It says argument 2, so the second argument. So this is the first argument and the second argument, this one. So an array was given. How come? Oh yeah, because this is pretty much all, right? So we have image tag here. Let's use that because this is actually an array because of pretty much all. So let's use image tag here, paste, because that's what contains the whole image tag. All right, that should be the final problem. Let's hit save again. Okay, this looks to have worked. Yeah, because let's look at the source now. It says uploads and then there's low angle shot, which is the actual file name with a number at the end, .jpg. Now, in case you don't want to append random numbers, but only when files exist, you can easily do that by checking to see if the file exists. So let me copy this right there and do if file exists, right? Like that, file name, then, only then, do we put a random number like that. Boom. Dim. But originally, what we're going to do is remove this. Just put a dot there. So folder, original file name, and JPEG. Cool. But if the file already exists, let's add that random sweet random number. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is let's try that finally. Inside uploads here. Okay, let's delete these that were misfits. Let's delete every file. Let's see the new ones. I don't expect them to have a random number at the end, so let's save. And it doesn't look like they do. Yes. Ooh, why .jpg. What? Right. See, I forgot that we don't actually need the .jpg at the end because it's part of the file name. So we don't need this because then we'll have .jpg. The original file name already contains, which makes it harder here now to do things, because if the original file name has so what we're gonna do is, since the file extension is at the end of the file name, we don't want to mess with that. So let's move the random number over here instead. So folder, then random number, then connect the file name itself. Okay, that should work out just fine. Alrighty then. So now if I check these guys, they still do have .jpg. Let's delete. Let me just try one more time just for good measure. And let me hit save. Okie doke. So yeah, now we have .jpg properly, and we don't have a number here at all. Now let me try and save this a second time and see what happens. And this time, because the files exist, they get a random number at the beginning, like that. So we can confirm that from the folder itself. As you can see, this one has 77, 88, but then we also have the originals. Pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so now that we know that is working fine, we are able to extract images from the content. Let's go back here, and all we need to do now is just save like that. So that extracts images and save. So let's see how that works. Also, we have an image resizer over here. So when we are uploading images, we do resize them, right? This happens in the upload files, I think. So let's check that out. I don't remember how that works. Upload files. Oof. I'm looking for the function. Yes, there it is. Do we resize at any point? Apparently not. Wait, what? Okay, it doesn't look like we're resizing any images, which is not good at all. Okay, we got to resize images. Okay, so that just uploads them, but doesn't resize them. I think we forgot that part. In any case, all the images that are being extracted here must be resized. So let's go to core. There's this image class we created. It has a resize. So max size, there we go. So that's what we need. This one is inside core. So let's load that baby up. So I'm going to say img. Actually, let's do this from within the other class. So let me go to content right here. After we put the content to file and extract, then let's do a resize. Resize image. So img is equal to new core. We have to specify that namespace image like this. We forgot the new keyword, sorry. Okay, then we say img resize. It will resize it in place, and then let's put what are the requirements? The file name, the size. So 1000 pixels is fine as a maximum size, and that's file name, comma. Okay, cool. So at least we get resized versions of these, because right now if I go to the uploads, where is this? Basic pages, uploads. Okay, there's nothing there, but we should resize to minimum of 1000. Or if you want, you can leave it at 700, but that's what it is. So cool. Images will be resized automatically. So with that in mind, everything should be good now. And let me hit save. It should resend me to a different location after all of this. Record edited successfully. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Okay, now let's view that About Us page. And looky there, we have our nicely put images. I just wonder about the file size. So let me just go ahead and check in my uploads folder, open folder. Let's see the file sizes. Yeah, they're pretty small. I like that. They're smaller than the originals because now they've been limited to 1000 pixels in dimension. That is awesome. Cool. So everything is working fine. Yeah, we have our images here. Cool. Now there's a slight problem. It might look like we're off the hook, but wait a second. If I click edit, look what happens now. I can't find my images anymore. Pity. Okay, so let's fix this problem in the next video.